Salute to all the Patreon members, all the subscribers, all the new viewers. I want to thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot to me. If you want to join the Patreon page, link is in the description box below. Once again, please join the Patreon page. Link is in the description box below. All right, let's have a mature conversation. All right. First and foremost, I don't care about your sexual preference. There's something else I want to point out in this video. This video right here reminds me, remember that live stream that I did about, what was it, about 5 or 6 guys? I think they were down in Colombia, and a guy called a girl over, but there was like 5 or 6 thirsty brothers in there, and she wanted more money because it's like, okay, there's a bunch of dudes here. Salute to Activo. There's a bunch of dudes here. Can I be compensated for doing my job for not just one, not just two, not just three, but about 5 or 6 guys? They didn't want to pay her, way too cheap. And then the police got involved. All right. This kind of reminds me of that situation here, but it involves 2 guys. Okay. So in Pattaya is east of Bangkok. Some people might pronounce it Pattaya. All right. Pattaya. I pronounce it Pattaya. So 3 trans women attack Indian men. It was 2 men and hotel guard in Pattaya. The ladyboys, they stole about 24,000 baht in cash before escaping. So a group of 3 Thai trans women attacked 2 Indian men and a hotel guard in Pattaya, stealing approximately 24,000 baht in cash from the tourists yesterday, October 15th. What's today? It's the 18th, so this happened 3 days ago. An Indian tourist accompanied by his friend and the hotel security guard reported the assault and theft to Pattaya police station. The victim, speaking through an interpreter, said he was walking along the beach when he met a Thai trans woman aged 25 to 30. He agreed to sexual services for 500 baht, but she reportedly demanded more money when she arrived at his room. After he refused, she called 2 transgender friends to the accommodation, and together they attacked the tourist and his friend. The trio damaged hotel property and stole cash, including 15,000 and 25,000 Indian rupees, including 25,000 baht and 25,000 Indian rupees before fleeing. How much is that? 25,000 Indian rupees. So it's about $284. All right. So in total, about 25,000 baht they took. The hotel security guard, hearing the commotion, went to intervene, but was threatened and assaulted by the trans women, who reportedly shouted, "You're not the hotel owner. Don't interfere." The guard escaped to the lobby, to which the attackers reportedly found and assaulted him again. They allegedly struck him with an iron bar and tore off his gold necklace worth around 60,000 baht. 60,000 baht is around about $1,800, $1,700. The victims did not reveal whether the trans women took the necklace or not. Police have reviewed CCTV footage from the hotel, yada, yada, yada. And they talk about similar incidents. There is a video. I'll link this story to this page at the bottom if you want to read it. I did watch the video. I can't play the video, because of YouTube terms, but I want to say this. Let's start right here. Okay, so let's take gender or sexual preference off of the table. Guys, when you go to these places over in Asia, anywhere in the world, okay, and you negotiate a price with somebody, you negotiate a price with a woman. Of course, if you bring a woman back to your room and there's another man there, said, all right, we're going to tag team and have ourselves a threesome. Of course, they're going to ask for more money. They are going to ask for more money. 500 baht, that's nothing. I've never heard of a woman or in this case, it'll be somebody that's a lady boy. I've never paid for sex in Asia. Okay, I've never paid for any woman services in Asia. Do I know what the ongoing price is? Yes, it's never 500 baht. It's never 500 baht. At minimum, it would be 1,000. On average, it's like 1,500, right? Some women that are would be considered elite or high class or of a different nationality, they might charge more, especially if you're an American or if you're a tourist. They're going to charge more. Indian guys, they tend to overpay for a lot of women in Thailand. All right. But, let's take all morality off the table because technically on the books, it's illegal to engage in prostitution in Thailand, even though it's rampant, it's open, and they just let it go on. All right. Because by law, by the books, by law, because they haven't legalized prostitution in Thailand, by law, forget about the assault and battery with the three lady boys. Just the fact that you openly admitted to, okay, this man wanted to pay for sex, yada, 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 and this happened, just admitting to prostitution in Thailand, the three lady boys, including the two Indians, should be arrested. Because by the books, technically, it's still illegal over there. And how do I know? Because not only have I read the laws, but they tried to do this big, how do you want to say it? They try to do like they try to showcase, this big, set up a stage and this big performance, video footage of policemen walking through Pattaya and Phuket, and they were doing investigation down there. Hey, all these people are saying there's prostitution down there. Well, we're going to send in police officers. We're going to bring in cameras. We're going to bring in the news crew, and we're going to investigate these places. And they said, well, we were here in Pattaya for an entire week. And in the week throughout our investigation, we didn't find one single trace of prostitution in the week of us doing our investigation in Pattaya. And what year was that? What year was this? This had to have been like 2021. Was it after the pandemic? It was either right after the pandemic or before the pandemic. But anyways, it was years ago when they did this. And, everybody who's ever traveled to Thailand or who lived in Thailand, because I think I was living in Thailand at the time still, everybody's like, okay, this is a bunch of bullshit. All right. But enough of that, since it's allowed to go on and carry on in Thailand. If you're somebody walking down a strip and they offer 500 baht, or if they say, yeah, I'll charge you 500 baht for, if you like a woman, you think she's attractive, and she's only offering 500 baht for her services, then I would move past that person. All right. It's never really that cheap. 500 baht, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably an HIV discount that you're giving out. If it's that low, I don't even want it. Right? It need to start at around 1,500 baht. 1,500 baht, that's like $40. All right. If somebody is offering their services that cheap, something's wrong, and you need to move past. In this case, this man said, all right, bet. Went back to the hotel. There ended up being a friend in the room, and the friend seemed like he wanted to join also. And it's kind of like, hold on. If it's two of y'all need to double up. Nah, this is what we'd agreed upon. Well, look here. Either double up or I'm going to call my friends. And it seems like I don't. I don't know. I think the act happened. I think this person probably asked for money after the act happened because you don't get that angry and call two other people to come jump two guys at a hotel if the act didn't happen. You should have just left. You don't go someplace and be like, hey, all right, if there's another person here, this is not what I'm agreeing to. Nah, but we want to get it in anyways. Sound like you agreed upon 500 baht. You probably had a threesome. This person asked for more money. You said, no, this is what we agreed upon. And you went through with it. Then they called up their friends. I don't know why you guys didn't leave, right? You actually stayed there long enough for this person to show up. This person probably lied and said, hey, well, I would like more money because it was two of y'all that did a double header on me. Pause. Well, nah, this is what we agreed upon. Oh, okay. How about this? How about I call two of my friends for this price that I'm asking, 1,000 baht? How about I call up two more friends? So three of y'all and two of us, bet. Because if somebody's that pissed, either you pay, and if you're not paying, you get them out the room and then you leave. All right. Then you leave. So when they show up, you're not there. You come back maybe at 4:00 in the morning, or just check out. Check out because they're going to be back. The easiest way to avoid this level of embarrassment, because I'm pretty sure one of these guys probably either has a girlfriend or a wife back home. And now you on the internet being seen. And I watched the video. This is the lady boy right here. This is the Indian man. This motherfucker got manhandled by the lady boy. At one point in time, he fell to the ground and all the money fell out of his pocket, and the other lady boy picked up the money and took all of it. So it costs you more. You should have just paid the money, because I'm pretty sure whatever this person was asking was a lot less than 25,000 baht. And for those that don't know, 25,000 baht is around about $700, right? So this person probably asked for $60 and ended up taking $700. You got not only your $700 took, but you got your ass whooped. And then the police isn't going to go buy the book and say, hey, look, y'all, all of y'all are getting arrested because prostitution is illegal. They're not going to do that. They let it go on. All right. I don't even think they said what happened, because in the article, did you hear anything about some charges being trumped on those three lady boys? No. The guard escaped to the lobby, to which the attackers reportedly found him and assaulted him again. They allegedly struck him with an iron bar. An iron bar. See, I watched the video. It looked like they had a bar and then there was like a metal table. This is actually like a small little coffee table, like a steel / metal coffee table. This person picked up and hit him over the head with it. So maybe somebody else picked up a bar. This person picked up like a metal table. They allegedly struck him with an iron bar and tore off his gold necklace worth around 60,000 baht. The victims did not reveal whether the trans woman took the necklace or not. I'm pretty sure that person did. Police have reviewed CCTV footage from the hotel and surrounding areas and are working quickly to identify and arrest the suspects. They're not going to arrest them. Similar occurred previously in May. Another Indian man was attacked by a trans woman in Pattaya who struck him on the head with her handbag and fled with his valuables. In February, an Indian tourist, Songkla, refused a sex service from a Thai trans woman, claiming her appearance did not match her online profile. The trans woman allegedly demanded 5,000 baht for wasting her time and attacking him, escaping with this gold necklace. There's a lot of chain snatchers in Thailand. I remember a few years ago I did a live where there were these white guys who were walking down Terminal 21. That's a mall around the Esso area, the Esso Succumbit area. If you don't know, it's there's a lot of traffic. When I say traffic, I'm not talking about sex trafficking or prostitution. It's near there. What I'm talking about is that's a major busy intersection. All right. You have Succumbit, the train line, the MRT is underground, the BTS is above ground. Succumbit is the underground train station. Esso is the BTS Sky train station, and the station is connected to the mall. All right, and the mall is called Terminal 21. There's a lot of traffic going through there all day and all night. And I did a story where there was these guys who were walking down from Terminal 21 over to Nana Station, which is nearby. And this woman was hugging up on him. Like he's recording himself like, yeah, I'm with my friends. We out here in Thailand. Some woman just started rubbing on him, boosting his ego. He's like, oh, hey. But I think the person was a lady boy. I don't know who it was, but the person was like rubbing up on him, boosting his ego, talking about how handsome he was, rubbing his neck, and snatched the chain right off his neck. And he didn't even realize that this person stole that necklace on his neck, and he was still recording himself. It was that smooth and swift. So there's a lot of chain snatchers in Thailand. All right. But every week I'm seeing Caucasian males and Indians getting their ass whooped or robbed in Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket by ladyboys. All right. So it seemed like the act had already been completed, and then this person asked for more money. If you agreed to 500 baht, this person got to the room, there was another person, and y'all had a threesome, then I'm pretty sure they probably didn't ask for no more than 2,000 baht. And if you don't have 2,000 baht to spend going to Thailand, you don't need to be traveling. You don't need to be traveling, because if you agreed to 500 baht and you got 24,000 baht cash in your pocket, then you had enough. I don't know how much your homie had. Let's say you and your homie had 25,000 baht. So together y'all got 50,000 baht. 2,000 baht wouldn't be shit to pay this person off for you to get the fuck on. Right? Now, it's on the internet. Your girlfriend, your family, or your wife is going to find out about this. Right? They're thinking, okay, you're on a business trip. You're not on a business trip. You're on a totally different trip, right? They're finding out, okay, this person has a sexual preference that they weren't privy to. All right? Then you're getting beat up. You're getting jumped. The security guard, I watched the video, security guard couldn't even stop them. All right? You got your chain snatched, which that was about 60,000 baht. Ain't no telling what kind of bruises were done to your face, pause, right? Whether your lip got busted, right? Your eye got swollen. So your 60,000 baht chain got snatched. 25,000 baht was taken from you. Now you're embarrassed for the world to see. It's on the internet. Your family might find out. Man, so in cash and jewelry, you lost about 90,000 baht. 90,000 baht, that's around $2,700, $2,500. Between $2,500 to $2,700. You lost more than that. You probably lost respect. People lost respect from you. If you got a significant other back home, they probably lost respect for you. Your homies back home, they found out, okay, damn, I didn't know, you know. There's some people that probably found out, like, hey, men and women that found out, okay, damn, I didn't know that was his sexual preference. The secret is out now because you probably not open with it, pause, out in the public. Why if they, this is what I'm saying, like when you go to places, just like that Colombian story I was talking about in the beginning, it's 6 of y'all, 1 woman, right? Okay, let's say she agreed to $80, $100, but she was a champ and said, okay, I'll ask for more when I'm finished here. Let me do what I got to do. It would only make sense and it would only be right and make sense if they each paid me $100. But remember, out of all 6 of those black males that was down there in Colombia, not one of them thought logically and said, hey, come on, man. We all just ran a train on her. All 6 of us just ran a train on her for only $100. Just give the woman what she, come on, like she did 6 times the work. Nobody thought that. In this situation, you and your partner didn't even think, hey, it's 2 of us when I was the one that brought this person here. And surprise, it's 2 guys in the room. Now this person is doubling up. Just pay the money. It would have saved you an ass whooping, embarrassment, and around about 85 to 90,000 baht in money and jewels. When you go play, and like I said, don't worry about the story. Yes, the story is trans women. Forget about what their sexual preference or whatever it is about the story, because this has happened just like that one stream that I did a few months ago with a brother almost lost his life because a Thai woman came after him with a knife. And, you know, I wholeheartedly believe that she never told her. She presented herself as if she wasn't a working girl. I know a lot of brothers who met women in Thailand that took women back to the hotel and they told them in the club, no, they're not a working girl. You got to understand, these women, it's poverty in Thailand. All right. You FaceTime some of these women and you look at their room, you see their home, you look at their ceiling, they show you that bathroom. I'm not saying all, but a lot of people are living real fucked up in Thailand. All right. When you go places, you cannot be cheap because I don't know, maybe this person only asking for $30, $40, $50. That is much cheaper than what this person, these 2 guys went through right here. It's going to be much cheaper in the long run. I don't care if you meet a girl at the club and say, nah, I'm not a prostitute. Be like, whatever, you know, I'll still compensate you for your time. Don't get excited behind her saying that she's not a prostitute, because she might pull the okie doke on you anyway. But even if she don't put an okie doke on you, man, still give them something to go about their way. Give them 1,000 baht. It's only $30. You didn't have to take her out to eat. You didn't have to take her to Ruth's Chris. You didn't have to take her to Fogo de Chao. What's that one spot out here in Houston? Is it called a bungalow? Is it called a bungalow? Yeah, you didn't have to take her to the bungalow. You didn't have to take her to the bungalow in Houston. Salute the scant dollar. Salute the Russian spy. Please don't tell me the enemy lost. Yeah, they lost the fight. They lost the fight. If you look up this story, they got their ass whooped. So forget about Ladyboy Indian. Let's talk about you. All right. Let's talk about you. When you go out, you need to have in mind, okay, if I'm going to a country where, you know, the average salary, the average monthly salary for the average person is like $200 a month, $300 a month. I don't care if they ask for it or not. Just give them the money. Give them 1,000 baht. It'll save you time and embarrassment. It don't matter. This could happen too. Because let me tell you, if they were women, they would have called up some dudes over there, and they would have showed up because the description is going to be crazy. See, they're lucky. These are two Indians. They're two Indians. They know, okay, damn, we could take them. 3 of us can take them. You black, some of y'all hit me up talking about, hey man, I'm tall, in shape. I go to the gym. I'm black. Are the women going to go for me if I go to Asia? Let's say it was a woman who wanted more money. You bring a woman back to the hotel, you by yourself, and she pulled an okie doke on you and say, hey, I want 1,000 baht. And you like, no, we didn't agree upon that. Let me tell you, she's not going to call 2 ladyboys. All right. She's going to call one guy. That guy is going to get about 4 or 5 guys. They're going to get real excited because the girl is going to describe to that one guy like, hey, I got a guy over here. We agreed upon it. She going to lie. We agreed upon this. He don't want to pay. I want my money. And he's trying to pull a fast one on me, an okie doke. I need my money. I'm tired of these men taking advantage of me. What does he look like? He about 6'1", black, muscular. I need help. He probably going to call 10 people. They're going to get excited. They all going to bring weapons. All right? They're all going to bring weapons. One of them might even bring a gun. They're going to bring pipes, knives, brass knuckles, nunchucks, a sword. All right? Some ninja stars. And one is going to bring a gun. They're going to bring the whole artillery with them. Oh, he black? All right, Stalin, we'll be there. And they're going to get excited like, yeah, we got ourselves a darkie. We got ourselves a darkie. You're going to open that door. And guess what? Even if you don't open that door, even if you manhandle her, get out the room, they're going to wait in front of your door until it's time for you to check out of that hotel and go to that airport. You're going to need, there's going to have to be a police presence. The police are going to have to escort you from your room to the hotel. And by that time, who knows how the story is going to change throughout the little village. It started off her saying, okay, I'm not like that. You don't have to pay me, to, okay, yeah, now I want 1,000 baht. And then you kicking out the room to, okay, he beat me up. And we need to do something about it. So everybody in the neighborhood show up. Yeah, they're going to show up for their own. We're not going to show up for our own. He's not going to be a black dude in this situation. He's not going to be able to call nobody from walking street. to protect him so he can get to the airport safely. He called somebody from Walking Street, brothers at 808 and Flex. They're going to laugh at him, barricaded in his room. They're going to laugh at him. Hey, are they still there? Yeah. All right, we'll show up. Nah, they're going to show up with their phones out, laughing and giggling, and going to post it up on TikTok and YouTube and some Passport Bros group on Facebook. That's what they're going to do. You deal with somebody and the negotiation process goes wrong, it goes south in Thailand, they're going to call somebody and they're going to show up. So what did we learn today? 500 baht is too low. There's something wrong with that. You can't have 24,000 baht cash in your pocket and negotiate somebody down to 500 baht. All right. I don't know if this person actually said, hey, me and my friend are looking for somebody like yourself. I don't know if he said it was going to be 2-on-1. I don't know what the negotiation process is, but I can guarantee this person probably wasn't asking for no more than 2,000 baht. Right? And if you can't fight, you don't need to be traveling. If you don't know how to grab somebody up off you, you don't need to be traveling. All right? You got your ass whooped by somebody who possibly isn't athletically inclined at all. It's good to hear from you, Splaz. I just got sworn into the Army a few weeks ago. I'm joining the stream. Hey, congratulations. Well, if you got sworn in a few weeks ago, you should be gone by now. You should be in boot camp by now. When is your training date? Because usually like the Army, Navy, Marines, like soon as you, like I know the Marines, soon as you get sworn in, the bus is taking you to boot camp. I forget where their training camp is. I forget where their base is. Usually like Marine and Army, they take you away right away. It's the Air Force that you waiting like a couple weeks to a couple months for. Guys, man, don't be cheap when you travel. Have it in the back of your mind that you're going to pay. Okay? This right here cost him way more than whatever that person was asking for. I mean, January 27th for boot camp, I'll be in E3. Oh, okay. Usually you don't become an E3. You won't be an E3 in boot camp. You'll be an E3 when you're done with tech school, right? Usually when you're done with tech school, that's when you'll get your rank. I don't think you get your rank. You don't get your rank in boot camp or training or tech school. Congratulations on joining the Army. My son joined the Marines. They gave him 3 weeks to prepare. It all depends on your deployed date is issued. Your January 27th. And then y'all's boot camp is like 2 months, right? It's like 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Hold on, hold on, wait a minute. Army boot camp, okay. Oh, it's in Oklahoma. Fort Benning, Georgia, South Carolina, Missouri, Oklahoma. Yeah, January 20th. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be kind of cold. I hope you prepare for that. Oh, you did ROTC. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that helps. That helps. Yeah, ROTC, they usually do that in high school. So you got that under your belt. All right, man. If you ever need any counseling or what to prepare for, you can always holler at me on Patreon. We'll set up a phone call. You can always hit me up on Patreon. If you want to know what's yet to come in the future, we'll set it up. But anyways, let's get back to this. Let me close this out. Okay, 86 on the ASVAB. I'll put in a good word for FBA men. That's what's up. Yeah, as long as you're not security forces, you good. As long as you're not security forces. That breaks my heart when like I meet somebody black. They're like, yeah, I'm a veteran. Oh, okay, cool. I'm like, well, what was your job when you were listed? Security forces. I'm like, damn. I just shake my head. I mean, they need people for security forces. Don't get me wrong. But when I see brothers that was in security force, I know you scored low as fuck on the ASVAB. More than likely, you scored a pretty low score on the ASVAB. And it's like, damn, do brothers, like, come on, brothers, like, let's score higher. I know we're smarter than that. Let's score higher. So, all of y'all just ain't security forces. I'm not disrespecting anybody in security forces. But typically people who get in security, it's like boot camp 24/7. As soon as you get out of Texas, it still feels like boot camp. The things they got to do. Y'all reach out on Patreon and know I'll be on electronic warfare specialist. That's cybersecurity in the civilian world. Security forces 20. Yeah. See, like I don't want to say much. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting nobody in the military or nobody in security forces. Salute all the veterans and salute everybody that's active duty. Much respect. But let me wrap this up. Guys, when you travel, I don't care if you go to South America. I don't care if you go to Asia. I don't care if you go to Africa. Make sure you have it in mind, negotiate a price and overpay just a little bit. Like, look here. If somebody say, man, look, I'll go for 500 baht. Look here. Don't sell yourself short. I'll give you 1,500. This won't happen. This won't happen. I'm pretty sure this person was too scared to negotiate in the beginning more than 500 baht for two guys. The two guys didn't want to pay. They had more than enough in their pocket to pay whatever this person was asking for. I'm sure it was less than 2,000. Pay the money. Have it in your mind that you pay, tip them. All right? So you don't have any problems. Build a good rapport with certain people when you go over there. They ask for 1,000, you give 1,500. They ask for 1,500, you give them 2,000. Ain't nothing but $60. Balakan, I feel you, but I don't want to say too much on here. I could do a deep dive on that. I don't want to say too much on here, but we just gonna focus on this article right here. Right? Then keep your belongings in a safe. There's a safe in every hotel when you go to these places, even in South America. Keep your most precious belongings in the safe. If it can't fit in the safe, then you overpacked for that stay. Right? And some of your things that you think is valuable to you, it might not be valuable to them. You traveling with 4 or 5 pairs of shoes that's $400 each, that might not be valuable to them. You wear a size 14, there's nothing they could do with that. They probably don't know shit about the shoes that you got on your feet anyways. Besides, it looks colorful and clean. That's it. They want the money. Today they don't even want your passport. Lock up some of your belongings in a safe place. Overpay. Don't be cheap. Right? And both of y'all need to be level-headed when you're dealing with women. All right. If that shit get down, you and your partner want to go, do a double header on one girl, fine. All right. Pay them more. So that they don't have to ask you for more. Pay them more, right? I'm not saying, because some of these Indian guys, they be going up to some of these women, they be like, hey, I got 7,000 baht. What's happening? No, don't do all that. That's kind of unnecessary. If they asking for 1,000, man, just tip them an extra 500 baht. 500 baht, that's like, 10 meals for the average Thai person. Their meals are like 30, 40, 50 baht each. All right. Don't get caught up in this situation. You get caught up in this situation, I'm going to report about it. Like that brother, I understand it's wrong that person attacked you with a knife, right? And they probably asked for money when they didn't ask for money. I get it. But guess what? Don't wait for nobody to ask you, even if they didn't ask you for money. Just be like, hey, look, you cool. I'm gonna break you off a little something because I know it's hard out here. Pause. It's tough. Living conditions. I know you got to work. I know you got rent. Let's do whatever. Here you go. Here's 1,000 baht. It's on me. Here's a little something for your troubles. All right. I know you didn't ask for money in the club. We negotiated no money up front. Hey, here you go. I'm grateful that you came. It won't even get to the point where they're going to hit you with the okie doke. Just have it in your mind and like, yeah, I'm going to just pay this person regardless. All right. You got to get in the habit of paying because you're going to pay in other ways and it's going to be more expensive in the long run if you get into these altercations. I don't care if you can manhandle this. This person could be a sixth generation ninja with a triple black belt. I don't care if this motherfucker whooped all three of their asses. You're not gonna win the war. Yeah, you won the battle. You're not gonna leave up out of there. If three of them lose, 300 is gonna show up in front of that hotel just to whoop your ass. All right. They're gonna push the police out the way just to whoop your ass. Treat this game, this part of the game, like you're going out to eat, like it's dinner, like you're dining in somewhere. All right. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star restaurants out there. There's different levels. Always leave a tip. Pause. You ain't gonna go nowhere where you're gonna eat for free. It's gonna cost you regardless. Leave a tip. Like, hey, look, that was cool. Here you go. because these weren't dainty dudes. This person, like, I don't know if y'all could see, this person picked up like a little coffee table and hit him upside the head with it. Y'all gotta watch the video. He said he want a big booty North African visa wife. Hilarious. All right. So that's it for today. I might do another live stream tonight. If I do another live stream tonight, it'll be very late. It'll be probably around about midnight or 11 o'clock. All right. So if you guys are still up, you know, and you want to listen, hey, it's the weekend. Y'all want to be entertained? Wait for me tonight. Pause. Midnight. We'll be back. All right. You guys take care. Peace.